You're with Julian on the Brown Notes and Meghan Markle versus Piers Morgan versus the world. Meghan Markle's the most hated woman on planet Earth, or at least that is what we're being very, very highly encouraged to believe. What is true is to say that she's the most bullied woman on Earth, certainly by the news media. And there's a great irony here because Piers Morgan operates in this bubble, a 24-hour news cycle bubble, much like Scott Morrison, where he seeks to comment and ride on the coattails of any major thing that's happening. But his Achilles heel is Meghan Markle. He cannot resist going after anything she does and spamming. Because there's two elements. One, he's got this massive chip on his shoulder about Meghan Markle, and two, he has to ride the big story. So the great irony with Piers Morgan is no one is doing more to make people like Meghan Markle than Piers Morgan. His relentlessly vicious, bitter public schoolboy bullying of her has turned more people onto her than any other person on planet Earth. He wants so badly to cancel everything about her that he's like this moth that just keeps making people think, actually, you're a really horrible man and you're really bitter and twisted as well. And I kind of like her a bit more. And the other irony about Piers Morgan as well is he is single-handedly, more than any other person on planet Earth, proving her right. Proving that there is this incredibly racist, sexist media machine out to destroy her, which is what they said in the first place. There's this old conservative boys club that they cannot stand. If they try to destroy you and you won't be destroyed, they will come after you in a million different ways every day. It's like if the police arrest someone and they get off, they'll find a million ways to pull them over because how dare you? How dare she survive? So like in this country with Dan Andrews, in Australia with Dan Andrews, the Murdoch machinery, that whole side of the media has tried to kill him for 2 years and got nowhere. The public like him even more, and he's going to win another election. They won't stand for their power being crossed like this. And the other side is the public. You know, I did that thing about a tennis player a while back versus the netball player that the public hated. If the public decide that they like you, they will forgive you any slight. And if they hate you, you can't do anything right at all. Her crime is being black, being a woman, and being unapologetic, and not being defeated. Sexists and racists always say racism and sexism doesn't exist, but then they'll also find a way it does exist, but only when it's applied to them, which is a conundrum. So they always say that it doesn't exist and they hate this person for a reason. Something they've done is why they hate Meghan Markle or why they hate X-woman or X-black person. But they're finding a reason for how they already feel, even if it's subconsciously how they feel. If it was someone that they had subconsciously liked, they'd forgive them and they'd find a reason to love them. But with Meghan Markle, even when they were being nice to her, they inside didn't like her. She was unapologetic, seemed a bit feminist, black and a woman, and she wouldn't be taken down. So there was always them trying to find a reason to justify how they naturally felt, which was racist and sexist. And then they ascribe, oh, it's her behaviour here. It isn't. That's what racism and sexism is. Someone finding a justification for how they feel. They're never going to say they don't like her because she's black or because she's a woman. They're going to say, she did this, that's why I don't like her. But the truth is that subconsciously or consciously, they were searching for that reason. I mean, look at the treatment of Kate. It wouldn't matter what Kate did. I mean, they've already decided that they love her and she fits the paradigm. They'll always say that her behaviour is the reason, but it's not. If you want to look at a royal that is closest to Princess Diana, it's Meghan Markle. The media are such hypocrites. They continually call out Meghan Markle for being disrespectful to the Queen, disrespectful to the royalty. How bloody disrespectful are they by trashing Meghan Markle all the way through the death of Queen Elizabeth II? They make out like she is the one doing it, whilst running 100 stories on her every day over the top of the death of the Queen, looking for every single reason that they can. They have done the most disrespectful thing they could. They spent a lot of Diana's life trashing Diana. Symbolically, Diana was run into her death being chased by the press. They went after her with all their knives and guns blazing a lot of the time. Now they make out like that they were her saviour. They promised not to go after her children. Yet they've done exactly that with Meghan Markle. And don't believe anyone that tells you that it is because of anything they've done. If you feel that way, maybe look internally to that little twitch you've got inside you when you see someone like Meghan Markle from the start, and ask yourself if you were primed to find something that you could justify your natural dislike of her on. And if you've done that, and if you find yourself saying it's her behaviour compared to virtually any politician in the UK Parliament is godlike. She has done next to nothing. And when her husband came out, the husband that the British press had promised not to ever do this to, came out a few years back and said, can you please stop being really racist and sexist towards my wife? They amped it up, and Harry and Meghan left. And it was like comical, because it was like the media were following them around saying, how dare you leave? I haven't finished berating you yet. So I've got all power to her. I think she's, as with any complaints about sexism and racism, they usually prove themselves by the response.